Happy Monday, everyone. Hope you guys are having a great start to your week. I told you I'd be on here more often because I have a week off. Don't mind the red marks. I waxed my lip. I think I overwaxed. But let us get started. It is Monday. It is a couple weeks before Christmas. So I have to finish all my shopping this week. So I'm going to run out and do a few. I already did my skincare. I primed my face with the Maybelline Master Prime Primer Base, the hydration one, because my skin gets super dry in the winter. So you want to use something with more hydration in it, not just your skincare, but your primer too. So also, I am going to put this on in front of you guys because I love this product so much because I have huge pores. It is the NYX Pore Filler Primer Base, and it has a weird texture or consistency, if you want to call it that. But it gets in your pores so nothing else like settles in your pores. So I like to put this all over my face. It's not going to do any wrong by putting it all over. You could just spot it around, but I have huge pores all over my face. No matter what my skincare does, I think it runs in my family. So sometimes genetics has, a factor in that. So you can't always fix everything, but you can try to cover it up. So I am super excited for Christmas. It's always stressful because it's expensive. It is. But, I like to make other people happy. So that's all that matters, right? And I let my first primer, the Maybelline, sit for about 5-10 minutes. This one I'm not going to let sit. You can for a better benefit, but I'm just going to hop right into it, you guys. Okay, so I did a look yesterday with one of my new favorite palettes. It is the BH Cosmetics Festival palette. I'm going to use this again today. Instead of pinks, I'm going to use the blue and the greens. And I might add a color from my Hocus Pocus palette. I haven't used this in so long, and I need to start using it again. I'm going to save for next year too, though. So for foundation today, I'm using the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation in the color Vanilla. I love e.l.f. products. I just ordered from them, actually. And I think it's so exciting. They are very affordable. And I have a bunch of different concealers I've had over the months because I love them so much. I have two different hydrating e.l.f. hydrating concealers in the colors Light Sand and Light Peach. I'm going to be using these today. And then I also have these, which are the 16-hour camo e.l.f. concealers in the color Light Sand, Fair Rose, Medium Peach, and Medium Warm. So let us get started, shall we? I already put it in my little palette. I love this little thing. I use it all the time. I think it's great. I'm just going to use my Real Techniques brush today. I just washed all my brushes, so they're all nice and clean. Gotta cover up the redness. It looks terrible. But that's another thing I like about e.l.f. is they're very affordable, but the pigment is there. There's some of those cheaper foundations where it's like, where is it? It doesn't even give you any coverage. This one does. I love their products. And they really have good deals right now online, so go check them out. It's just amazing products for a very good price. And you can get them at Walmart, CVS, all that stuff. So they're very accessible too. And I just love the coverage it gives, especially with my rosacea. It's hard to cover up sometimes. So I do like to find a foundation on the days where I'm flaring up where it covers the majority of it at least. So I'm just going to put a little more. I didn't put enough in my little pan here. That's all right. But it has a little fragrance. I don't know if it's a fragrance or it's just a little scent, but it's not a bad one. And it's not super strong. It's just pretty. It's nice. But if you are sensitive, so just sensitive to fragrances, just be careful and do a little skin test first to see if your skin can handle it. But like I said, it's not super strong or anything like that. And it doesn't bother me, and my skin can be sensitive to different scents. But I always use a foundation brush first, and then I go over with a beauty blender just to make sure it is all set to go. I don't know if I didn't post it with you guys yet. I'm going to have to show you. I posted it on Super Great and on my Instagram and on my new Facebook page. I have a new Facebook page if you want to look me up. Katie's Beauty and Skincare, Makeup and Skincare. Look me up. I'm posting different stuff on each one, so it's not going to be the same stuff on each one. So go check it out. I got a new package from Glamlight, and their stuff is gorgeous. gorgeous. I'm going to see what kind of coverage that gives me before I put any more on, because I do build my foundation up quite a bit. You don't have to. You could go with a more natural look, of course, but I think in my past videos I've said this too. I like more full coverage, so I build mine up quite a bit. Oh, I dyed my hair today too. Yeah, I just couldn't take the grays anymore. Getting old, not younger, so definitely gotta cover those babies up. And I use this new hair dye. I usually use Feria, L'Oreal Feria, but I couldn't find it in my color where I was at, so I grabbed the Revlon, and it did give me a different kind of color, but I still like it. It's pretty. The only thing is, the conditioner they give you is never enough. The Feria one, it is enough, but the Revlon, no, it's not enough conditioner to condition my whole head of hair anyway. I'm just going to put some more on places where I want more coverage, which is everywhere. But I like this foundation so much. Do you guys like e.l.f. products? Let me know below. I'm curious to see what you guys think about e.l.f. products, because I like them. You know, there are certain things where I don't like, but that's every brand, you know. Some things you like, some things you don't. It just all depends on how the product, you know, how the product functions, if it's good or if it's not. You know, not everything's going to be perfect. Get my ears so they're not as red. Get the neck. Okay, that's good. That's where I wanted it. Perfect. So I'm using a damp beauty blender, you guys. Never dry for me. I mean, I will, if I'm lazy, spray some setting spray or something instead of using water to dampen it, and it works just fine. It's not super soaked though. Like, this is more damp when you use water, but it works just fine for me when I'm being lazy. And that is usually every work morning, because it's just scrambling to get ready. Get the daughter ready, get me ready. It's like, oh gosh. So I'm very happy to have this week off. And it's gonna fly by, I know it, and it sucks because, you know, you feel like you work all the time and you don't have time for anything else, and it just drives me nuts. I wish we had more vacation time, really. We all deserve that. Whoever's working deserves vacation time. Especially with the COVID thing. We are risking our lives. We deserve more vacations. Just to get a breather. It's stressful, you know? I get yelled at almost every day from people because they don't want to follow the rules. This is not brand new. We've been dealing with this pandemic for a long time now. But, all right, I'm going to put the hydrating concealer down first because I like the under eye to have more hydration. So I have two different ones. I have the medium, light peach and light sand. I am going to use the light peach one today. Ooh, dropping it. And as you can see, I'm almost getting there to the bottom. But I do have an extra one because I like it so much. I mean, it's just so creamy. It's a great consistency, especially for your under eye. It's not going to, like, clog your pores or anything, which is nice. I've never had an issue with my pores with this concealer. Nope. And it brightens too. You don't have to put a brightening one. Gotta cover this up. You don't have to put a brightening one on, but I like to. That's when I go with my beauty blender. I mean, look, it does brighten. You don't even have to add another one on top if you don't want to put too much makeup on. But I like the benefit of them both, so I'm going to do both. Yeah, this concealer is really, really good. I've heard so many good reviews, and I've been using it since, I mean, even before I read the reviews, because I've used it for years now, and it just is amazing. And I think it was like, what, $4, $6 for that concealer, and it lasts quite a long time, so definitely get your bang for your buck. I can tell you that, I promise. Go give it a try if you haven't. Like, I know people that haven't tried it. I'm like, go try it. Because it works so freaking good. All right, time for some brightness. I'm not going to go with that one. I'm not going with that one. This one's super bright. This Fair Rose is, like, super bright. So I'm just going to go with the light sand one. It is light as well. Not as light as the Fair Rose one. So this has a little more warmth to it. And I'm going to bring it up like this. So it gives me like a lift effect instead of dragging it straight across or down. Because when you get older, you know, the bags start to sink and it's just a mess. So anything to help me out a little bit, I'm gonna do it. And I love the doe foot applicator on this. It just is wonderful. It's actually one of my favorite because it's soft, it's larger than most, and it gets the makeup on super fast. So I'm just gonna take a concealer brush. This is just an ordinary one I got actually from Joblot. You can actually do, you know, use whatever you want. You don't even have to use a concealer brush if you just want to go right in with your beauty blender. That is perfectly fine. Oh, I almost forgot. Actually, I will use the Fair Rose one for my eyes for primer. I do use these for primer as well. Look how bright that one is. Like, it's super bright. I love it. I'm just gonna woohoo all the way up to the brow because I am gonna be doing an eye look with bright colors, so I want to make sure they pop. Okay. And I am going to use a beauty blender too, so I know it's going to look a little much right now, but once I use that beauty blender, you'll see it looks really nice. So now I'm going to go up with it like this, spread it out, and never down, always up. I mean, you can go slanted here because you're going to blend it out, but don't go like angled down. This, I go up like this, all the way up because I am going to put bronzer on, and then I connect these right here. Very easy formula to use. So this concealer, very easy. It's so easy to blend it, you guys. It's like crazy. Like, I love this concealer. Sometimes I'd rather use this concealer than some high-end brands because some high-end brands don't like to blend. They're very hard to blend, and I don't know why. Like, why does their formula have to be like so stiff, really? But it can be. Okay, so I'm done with my concealer brush. I'm gonna take my beauty blender and just blend this baby out. I mean, look how easy it is. It's so easy to work with. You don't have to spend too much time, which a lot of us don't have enough time to do that, so. I think I'm gonna start doing collection, like makeup reviews and tutorials, like e.l.f. I'm gonna use all e.l.f. one day. Then, another day Neutrogena, like another day, like different things. That way you can see the brand using every product. I just don't have every product, every brand yet. I have a lot of e.l.f. ones, so maybe we'll start with e.l.f. I want you guys to see the different brands and how they work, so look at this. I'm gonna put a pimple patch on that bad boy tonight, like, ooh. I got these Starface pimple patches from Super Great for free. Well, not for free, for super coins, really. And I haven't had the chance to use them because I haven't been breaking out, which is surprising. So I'm excited to give it a try tonight. But you have to keep it on for like 6 to 8 hours. So since I have to run somewhere really quick, I'm not going to put them on right now. I'm going to put it on at nighttime. But they're so cute. They're star-shaped, and they say vote on them. They're the vote stars. So cute. Okay. We are blended out. You can always blend more if you want. I think it looks pretty good. Just a nice finish, you guys. It's like doesn't show on my textured skin, and it covers that redness even where I overwaxed. So next, before I set my face, I always do this, and you guys know this, I'm going to be using creamy contour products, so I am going to do that first. The first one is the Neutrogena Radiant Cream Concealer. It has peptides and antioxidants in it, which is good for your skin, and this one is in the color Hazelnut. So it's a medium shade. So it's 2 to 3 shades darker than my actual foundation. What in the world? This hair doesn't want to stay in. So I'm just going to dot it. Now, the only thing with this applicator is it's not that big, so it doesn't leave a lot. See, it's just not super dark. Just a little dark. Swipe. Dot. Dot. Then I am going to put some on my nose because I'm going to contour my nose. Boop, boop. Okay. Before I put the other one on, I am going to use my foundation brush. Same foundation brush I just used to put my foundation on, my e.l.f. foundation on. I'm just going to blend it out. It's just going to be a nice light shadow. I don't want it super bronzy because that's what my bronzer's for. So I'm just going to blend it towards my hairline. I am going to go in with my beauty blender to blend it out as well before I do the next layer. This will be a 2 to 3 part video, just so you guys have a heads up, because I have to do something really quick in between, and I like to set my face anyway. You guys know that. Y'all know that if you've been watching my channel for a little bit. See how it like shrinks my nose? Love that. That way you can like make whatever bone structure you want. And I always go down with whatever's on my jawbone. I don't want to go up because it'll make my highlighted portion too dark. And I am no professional by any means. I am self-taught, so it's not going to be perfect. But who wants to be perfect? I mean, yeah, you want your makeup to look super, super good, but, you know, we all start somewhere. Okay. There we go. So I'm just going to do this right where I contoured. It's not going to be super dark, you guys, because I am going to go in with a darker shade to deepen it. So, and I'm going to go in with bronzer after anyway. What do you guys use for contour? Let me know. I use concealer, darker concealer, foundation sticks. I have used powder before, but it's harder to blend for me anyway. I like using the creamier kinds more. This one is from Black Radiance. It's their True Complexion HD Corrector in the darkest color. So all I do is this. Just a line, because this one's super dark. It's going to go like this. Oh, that doesn't have enough product on it. Like this. Like this. A dot here. A dot here. Put a little more. Okay. And that's all for that. So I'm going to do the same thing and just push it back towards the hairline. And that'll give me a darker shadow. Get my hair out of here. Doesn't get all in my hair. Yeah, I like using this corrector. It works, or this concealer, this dark corrector concealer. It's really nice. It gives a really nice darker shadow. I don't use it all the time, but when I have time, I use it. It's gonna look crazy, but I promise you it blends out. And you don't have to like have a super huge contour like I do. You can always make yours smaller. And I like to bring it to the corner of my bottom lip. And then I like to do this too. Then I'm going to use a smaller one for my nose. If I can find it, here it is. It's going to go like this. Now I did wipe some of it off with the foundation brush because it's going to be super dark. I put a little bit too much on, you guys. But I will make it work. It's gonna go like this. I can always lighten it up that way. See? You can always fix it. That's what I like about makeup. You can always figure out a way to make it work. Tap it in with my beauty blender. always make sure I tap this color in very well. Otherwise, it'll look blotchy, and you don't want to look blotchy. Perfect. My face is not the same on both sides, you guys, because my real bone structure is not correct. Just so you guys know. I have a hollowed out side here because I had to have something with my mouth done a long time ago. So if you wonder why it looks like that, that's why. It's just something I had to deal with when I was younger. Okay, we are done with that. So I'm just gonna get my setting powder now. Did I grab that? I don't even see it. I thought I grabbed it. Oh, shoot, you guys. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. I thought I grabbed it. Tonight I'm using the Creme Shop Ultra Matte Translucent Setting Powder. I love this setting powder. I love the container it's into. The packaging is beautiful. It smells sweet. That's what I love about it too. And it's ultra fine, which I love that about setting powders. They have to be ultra fine or I won't use them a lot anyway. I will still use them if I bought them because I don't want to waste product, but I don't like using them. It smells so good. It smells like cake. That's what it smells like, sweet cake. I even blotched some on my ears because I did put foundation on my ears, so. And I don't like to dip it right into where the grate is because sometimes it can pick up too much, so I will pour it in the lid first. And I always bang it off before I go in with it because you don't want too much at one time. You can always add more, but with powder, if you add too much too quickly, you'll look cakey or muddy or whatever. So a trick, if you are a beginner in makeup, use the pressed setting powders because they give you more forgiveness. You can always because barely any goes on your brush. Like loose powder, a lot can go on your brush at once. But with the pressed powders, it's harder to get a lot on your brush than a little bit. So I would, if you're a beginner, go with the pressed powders, the pressed setting powders. I've used them, I think, on here before. It is my top one is the oh my gosh, I can't think. Infallible? No. I'll show you guys when I come back. I will bring it with me because it is amazing. I love it. That's what I started off using. And I always use it still to this day when I don't want to use a loose powder. And what I like about this wonderful Creme Shop setting powder is it makes your face matte. It blurs out imperfections. If you made your contour too dark with that concealer, just add a little extra because it'll kind of smooth it out and lighten it up for you. I like how mine came out, so I'm not going to do that. My eye allergies. Oh. But yeah. Just a light dusting of that powder. Look how smooth my skin looks now. I love it. All right, guys, we will be back in a second. I gotta go check something really, really quick, and I'll be right back. Come back for part 2 because we're gonna be using these 2 amazing palettes.